Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. So I recently watched the new, well, I mean it's not new anymore. It started in November and ended before Christmas, but Hawkeye, 6-episode Disney Plus Marvel TV show, the most recent Marvel TV show. I didn't watch it when it was on, not because I didn't want to, but I just didn't watch it. But I'm glad I didn't because I could just binge all of them in one go, and that's what I did. I watched all 6 episodes in one day. I guess testing positive has its perks because I had a week off work because of it, so I had more time to watch some things. But yeah, I enjoyed Hawkeye. I think what the MCU needs more of is grounded street level action, street level characters. We need a bit more of that. We have gotten that, sure, but we need more of it. We did get that in a way with Marvel's Netflix shows, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. We got that grounded level. It wasn't like directly connected though. Like they referenced the movies in the shows, but never the shows in the movies. So like they never acknowledged they existed. So it was kind of connected, but also disconnected in a way. But Marvel Netflix, I think, provided something different. You know, something more serious, something grounded. Hawkeye does provide that sort of thing, except it's not as serious. It's serious, but it's more fun. It's a fun version of the Marvel Netflix shows, if that makes sense. By the way, I'm gonna put it in the title anyway, but spoilers. There is a character from Daredevil that shows up. Kingpin shows up. So I think now they've officially connected it, or maybe it's just, you know, a loose reboot, a soft reboot. That's the words I'm looking for. But Kingpin turned up last 2 episodes. He was good. Vincent did a great job, but he wasn't as menacing as he was in Daredevil. So that's all I will say. I think it could have been more brutal, but that's the thing. This show was more on the fun side. It was more light-hearted. It had a Christmas vibe to it as well. These shows, they feel like good, high-quality extended movies. They feel more like long movies than TV shows. But I think they also suffer a bit because they're too short. It's ironic because Marvel's Netflix shows were too long. They should not have been 13 episodes. But these Disney Plus Marvel shows are too short. There needs to be a middle ground. But I guess like WandaVision, that was 9 episodes. But yeah, for 6 episodes, I think they did well. I like the characters they introduced. I think people complain a bit too much about diversity in shows, for example, because it's not always natural. Sometimes it feels a little forced, feels a little pushed. But when you do it naturally, when you do it organically, it works really well. You have 2 female characters in this. You have Yelena from Black Widow, Natasha's sister, and you have Haley Steinfeld's character, Kate Bishop. They are both fantastic in this show, and they don't feel like they're forced in. They organically fit into the story, and they're great characters. They're written well. Their comedic timing is good as well. Acting's all good. They were the highlights of the show. They really were, and it also gives more of a spotlight to Hawkeye himself. Obviously, it's his show. It makes you like him more. It makes you appreciate him more. He's not really the most appreciated Avenger. He never really was. But I think this show definitely suits him. He needed more of a TV show type vibe, you know, rather than fighting with the Avengers. I feel like the street side suits him more. So I like where they went with it. I'm not going to go into too much of the story, but the story was interesting. The characters were interesting. The guy, Kate Bishop's mum's fiance, I can't remember his name. I've forgotten his name. The guy with the moustache and the sword. He was funny. He seemed suspicious the whole show, but it turns out there's a twist at the end. Also, Echo's in this. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Echo is in that, but this isn't the same actor. It's a different actress. So I don't think they've made Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. canon, even though it would have been cool. They haven't made it canon, even though it technically is because Nick Fury's in it, etc. Although they could just say the alternate universe. But yeah, they have a new Echo. There's not from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., just a newly introduced Echo, and she's going to have her own show. The Tracksuit Mafia are an unexpected surprise in this. They are a criminal group in this show, and they are hilarious. So I would like to see more of them. Hopefully they are not gone forever, because they are funny. Yeah, but I just love the grounded vibe. Yelena's great. Kate Bishop is great. Clint Barton is great. There's a twist of Clint Barton's wife as well. Yeah, basically it's Christmas time, and he wants to spend time with his kids. But Kate Bishop, who is a complete stranger to him, is in trouble because of Ronin-related things. So he went around killing people as Ronin in New York, Japan, etc. As we saw in Endgame, partly. Someone stole his suit, and then it ended up with Kate Bishop, and he tracked her down, and then he found out she was in trouble with certain people. People thought she was Ronin, and one thing led to another, and he helped her out, and he gave up spending time with his family to help out someone who he barely even knew. And Clint, one of the interesting things about Clint is he works better with people. He works better with a partner, at least. He had Natasha this whole time, and now she's gone. You get Endgame flashbacks. He has a bit of PTSD from what happened to Natasha. Yelena thinks that is his fault, so Yelena's going after him to try and kill him, and he's trying to reason with her because, like, he was literally trying to stop Natasha from dying. But Yelena wasn't there, so she doesn't understand, so that's an interesting dynamic. But Clint losing Natasha, it has an effect in this show, which I think is good. Like, we like continuity, and that is it was a good way to address that in this show, because you don't really get, the Avengers grieving too much in Endgame, but you got it with Wanda in WandaVision. You get it with Clint here. You learn a bit about their grief, which is good. And like, he finds Kate Bishop, who turns out to be a new partner for him, and he finds something in his life again, which is great. And he's got to help Kate Bishop out. He's got to take down all these criminals, Kingpin, etc., and he's got to make it back in time with his family for Christmas Day. So it's a chaotic week, this show. This show is a chaotic week. But yeah, the comedy works. The action works. The effects are fine. Choreography is fine. Would like to see more Yelena, because Florence Pugh really kills it as that character. So I hope to see her a lot more in future, because she's bloody incredible. And it's the only reason that I'm glad they waited so long to make Black Widow. Like, I think that maybe should have been made a long time ago, Phase 2. But the fact that they waited gave the chance to Florence Pugh to have that role, and she killed it in that role. So I'm glad things worked out the way they did. And there's an episode at the start of an episode where Kate Bishop and Yelena have a conversation. Is it the end or the start of an episode? Anyway, Yelena is in her house and they have a conversation about Clint and Natasha. That was a very good scene. There's another scene when in an elevator that was really funny. I could name other things, but I like all the elements there are in the shows. There's twists and turns, but it really should have been longer. Because they spent 5 episodes building up something great with so many different elements. And the last episode I felt was a bit too rushed. And everything happens too quickly. So I feel like they could have extended the last episode over like 3 more episodes. But I get that, they're trying to make these high budget extended movies. You make more episodes, the budget lowers down. I get that, but I feel like this show deserved a bit more than what it got. But I appreciate how Marvel's putting effort into these. I still am holding out for darker shows like Daredevil was. I'm hoping that still happens. Like, if they do a Wolverine, maybe a Wolverine rated R TV show would work better than a Disney Plus show. They wouldn't do that anyway. I think he'd be a movie character. But you get the point, right? There are some characters that deserve more. I know it's Disney Plus, but they do have a rated R section. Plus they have that Hulu site. So it's not like they can't make a R-rated show. They can. And I hope they do. I hope they bring back Jon Bernthal's Punisher, because they've brought back Daredevil in the Spider-Man movie. They brought back Kingpin. Bring back the Punisher. Bring back Jessica Jones. Just do it, Marvel. Just do it. But I really appreciate what they did with this show. It's not great, but it's good. And it's enjoyable. And I liked it. And if I was to rate it, I would give it an 8 out of 10. There's not much more else I could say, really. But yeah, the cast in general was good. And for an MCU show about Hawkeye, they pulled it off. And Kate and Yelena stole the show. But yeah, Clint was great as well. And some other good characters as well. Some good random characters that are still funny. I never once thought, oh, this is bad, this is boring. The whole time I was interested. I was either laughing or I was, I was into it. They did well. They did well. And Marvel needs more grounded shows. They don't require superpowers. They just, grounded street level shows like Hawkeye. We need more of that. So maybe we'll get that in Echo. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.